Good afternoon and welcome to Lariat TV News Today. I'm Jenna Welch.
And I'm Emma Whitaker. Thanks for joining us today.
President Linda Livingstone is not only excited about what happened her first year in office, she's looking forward to what lies ahead in the new school year. LTVN's Caroline Waterhouse has the details on Livingstone's goals and plans for the student body in her second year in office.
I sat down with President Linda Livingstone to discuss her views on how Baylor has dealt with hardships, how she has grown the university, and furthered our collective faith. Baylor's Illuminate plan places the institution in a strong position to achieve higher education as a university with Tier 1 status while keeping the school's faith a top priority.
The opportunity that we have to really continue to grow and build our reputation academically and in other ways in a unique way that no other institution in the country really has that opportunity to do.
Livingstone said it is such a privilege to be a part of an institution where her personal faith matches the mission of the university.
What higher calling could you have as a faculty member than to do scholarly work and research that helps reveal God's truth and then helps apply that in ways that help solve problems in the world? And so I think our Christian foundings as an institution are really instrumental in the direction that we're going.
Livingstone believes she has made a positive mark on campus after a year in office.
I think that I obviously came in at a very difficult time for the university after they'd been through a very difficult stretch. And so I think an important role to play in that was helping the institution see that we could move forward.
In the past week, Texas A&M has set its own guidelines dealing with similar issues involving sexual assault on campus. I asked Livingstone if Baylor has played a part in crafting their response.
I don't know to what extent Texas A&M reached out to folks on our campus as they were going through that process, but I do think what it illustrates is how big of an issue this is at all campuses around the country, and we certainly hope that the tremendous amount of work that we've done over the last 2 or 3 years can be a model and example for other institutions.
Livingstone is especially excited about the love and support alumni have shown to Baylor through the high donor response and giving this past year. She is popular with the staff and students, and she loves staying engaged with them. There are definitely positive signs that the good fortune will continue with the fresh school year and revitalization of Waco.
We have a really exceptional group of freshman students. It's our most academically qualified class ever. It's one of our most diverse classes, has the largest percentage of students from out of state that we've ever had. So it suggests that we're building a real national reputation as a university. So it's always exciting to bring in a new class of students. At the end of the day, I'm just unbelievably optimistic about the opportunities that we have at Baylor.
Reporting for Lariat TV News, this is Caroline Waterhouse.
Former head football coach Art Briles is claiming Baylor has had a decades-long campus-wide problem with sexual assaults that started before he arrived on campus. Briles filed an answer Thursday to accusations by former student Dolores Lozano that coaches have created a culture of abuse that led to her boyfriend, a football player, physically assaulting her. Briles claims regents micromanaged the school to protect the brand and blamed football players for the problem, even though the school's Title IX coordinator, Patty Crawford, said only a small percentage of hundreds of sexual assault complaints she got were related to actually the athletic department. Baylor responded with a statement that Briles has selective memory, and he admitted bad things happened on his watch, including 2 high-profile assault cases by football players. The school claims he was responsible for the football program he led, the players he recruited and coached, coaches he managed, and the loose discipline he championed.
It was a historic day Thursday for Baylor's nursing students as $18 million renovation of Baylor's Louise Harrington School of Nursing was dedicated in Dallas. The building was formerly the Baptist General Convention of Texas headquarters and will include many exciting additions such as central atrium, a chapel, even a learning resource center. 100,000 square feet have been added, doubling the original nursing school size, which will be a great benefit to the growing number of students feeling called to the nursing profession. Attendees included President Linda Livingstone, Miss Lou Harrington Ornelas, faculty, donors, and excited faces who gathered to celebrate the new space and welcome nursing students.
A new Panhellenic sorority is headed to campus, and we've got the latest information on the expansion. 9 sororities have applied to be the newest addition on Baylor campus. A committee with representatives from each of Baylor's sororities will review applicants and select up to 3 to present on campus. Following their presentations, the committee will recommend a sorority to the Panhellenic Council, which will vote in late November to select a new sorority. A Panhellenic meeting will be held on September 24th at 4 p.m. in Bennett Auditorium to answer any questions that students may have.
Students have mixed emotions about Baylor's new Quizlet policy in Baylor's Honor Code. The ban has caused serious discussion in the student community, and Emma sat down with a few Baylor students to find out how they're feeling.
Hello, I'm Emma Whitaker, here reporting from Lariat TV News, and today we're talking about how Baylor has just disallowed students from using other students' Quizlets. Let's take a look here today and see what people have to say about this very strong topic.
We learned that using flashcards is an amazing resource. So it's kind of weird for us to be like, oh, okay, I guess now we don't get to share flashcards. And I feel like using Quizlet is exactly like using a shared Google Doc or using any other resource but sharing it with other people. And this, as a Christian community, aren't we encouraged to share resources and help each other?
Students Doreen Habashi and Alicia Chamberlain discuss how Quizlet is used with good intentions. Extra study material, in their eyes, is not the enemy.
For example, I took a class last semester where we had to take a midterm and a final, and I had been taking notes all class, like I had all the information down of what we were going to be tested on, but then I found a Quizlet that had all the same information that I had taken, so it saved me time and I had more time to study for what I needed to without wasting that time just making flashcards, and I still knew that information. I wasn't just taking it from someone else without paying attention in class.
Clearly, this is a multifaceted issue. I'm Emma Whitaker, reporting here from Lariat TV News Today.
Students did what with the police? Selfies, smiles, and ice pops could be found outside Spate parking garage on Tuesday as the Baylor Police Department welcomed students back on campus. Events like this promote a sense of community between students and police and help students see officers in a different light. Building a trustful relationship between the two groups is a top priority at universities across the country, but especially Baylor. Baylor police continue to take steps forward to get engaged with the community and to help students feel more comfortable. Ice Pops with a Cop was more fun than just a fun event with free ice pops. It helped strengthen ties between the Waco community and the police who protect them. BUPD will also host National Night Out, an annual community building event in the fall, but no dates have been determined yet for this year. Cookie lovers, rejoice! Waco has a few additions in the dessert scene.
And we've got the details coming up when we come back.
It's not just a school to me, it's home.
Everyone's there to help you and to see you succeed.
Challenging.
You're like, I'm here, I can do this. Friends.
Friendship.
Relationships.
There's people that know you and people that are there for you around every corner.
It's the shared experience. Rigorous.
Growth.
Transformative. Tradition.
Tradition.
Faith.
Faith.
I've loved every second of it. It's family.
It's home.
It's Baylor.
At Baylor, most professors' interactions with students begin and end in the classroom. However, one professor from the School of Education made it his personal mission to help a young man from Nicaragua attend the school of his dreams. LTVN's Julia Lorenz tells us more.
I met with Dr. Randy Wood, a professor here at Baylor, and Brian Lozano. Dr. Wood found Brian through an annual mission trip to Costa Rica.
The first time I met Dr. Wood was when I was in 5th grade in Santa Elena Middle School. He came from Baylor to Costa Rica for a mission trip. He came with different students from Baylor.
It was interesting from the very first time that we met and he got to meet Baylor students, he became interested in Baylor. Through his elementary school years, it was fun to get to see him every year in March when we would go with the students.
Brian was one of the top 25 students in all of Costa Rica. This accomplishment allowed him to be recognized by Educate USA, a scholarship program that would help cover partial tuition costs of university.
We just feel like he's a smart student, and he's one that's going to do well here, and we anticipate what he does here will make a contribution somewhere in the world
As a Nicaraguan, he wouldn't be able to come to university in the United States. So he overcame the long process of becoming a Costa Rican citizen and getting a student visa to come to college all the way here at Baylor.
I want to continue in the career of technology in computer science because I want to profit from that to go back to Costa Rica and help my community. As I have such a big responsibility, I want to do well on my work. I want to demonstrate that Costa Rican people can do a good job.
Brian is a first-generation computer science major, thriving here at Baylor. As he starts his journey, he will walk together with Dr. Wood towards a good education and a successful career.
Woodworking, wielding, and pottery and digital fabrication are now available in Moody Memorial Library. How is this possible? With a little something called Makerspace. Starting this fall, Baylor students and staff have the opportunity to engage in hands-on learning in a new way with widened access to Makerspace. The university's partnership with local Makers Edge in Waco on Austin Avenue is a larger space dedicated to different kinds of making. After students obtain a Makers Edge membership and go through an appropriate training, they will be able to access the resources we have in Moody. The membership can be used to complete class projects, but individuals may also utilize the membership for personal growth and exploration with the guidance of a staff member. This new space will serve a greater audience and will open the door for students to be more involved in digital fabrication process, especially for students who have not had access to such spaces and tools.
Waco's got something new in the oven as Tiff's Treats opened its newest location last Saturday morning on 5th Street. A line wrapped around the building as many awaited freshly baked cookies. LTVN's Savannah Cooper was there.
5th Street just got a little bit sweeter as Tiff's Treats opened their doors to the Waco community Saturday morning. First 40 customers earned a $100 Tiff's Treats gift card, which perked one Baylor student's attention.
I heard about this and I've done a few grand openings before and I just really love cookies, so why not? I had a free evening, so might as well just spend it outside and get free cookies.
Customers had a choice between chocolate chip, snickerdoodle, and oatmeal raisin. Customers also received a shirt and a gift box leading to a mystery prize. Managers of sales and customer relations Zach Medlin helped bring this location to Waco after College Station success.
The Bears have offered great support so far. We're supporting an awesome organization today, Baylor Care, which supports autism. They support families with autism. So all the students volunteer their time and give affordable care to kids with autism and other disabilities.
You can swing by Tiff's Treats on weekdays from 9 a.m. to midnight and on weekends from 10 a.m. to midnight to satisfy your sweet tooth.
Also up and coming on the cookie scene, junior Hannah Austin just sealed a deal with Heritage Creamery. It all started with one recipe. After perfecting her original chocolate chip cookies, she was inspired to create her own business, Bittersweet Waco.
When she first pitched her idea to the owner of Heritage, Blake Batson, there were a lot of people who told her it wasn't the smartest business decision since she was still so young. However, she ignored the others who told her that and chased her dreams and succeeded. And now she suggests to others that if you have the same opportunity, to take it. The shop began selling Austin's unique and scrumptious cookies 2 weeks ago. Although Heritage is primarily known for its ice cream, the shop said cookies have always held a special place in its history.
If you're used to bringing backpacks or purses into Baylor sporting events, you will now have to make sure they're see-through. A new policy has been implemented this year by the athletics department that may change how you prepare for game day. LTVN's Noah Torr has the story.
McLean Stadium, the Farrell Center, Baylor Ballpark, Betty Lou Mays Field, and the Hurd Tennis Center. What do all of these venues have in common? They now all fall under Baylor's new Clear Bag policy. Associate Athletics Director in charge of capital projects, Henry Howard, says this policy isn't only about safety, but speed too.
And we want the fans to be able to get into their seats, get to the concession stand, start having a great game day experience, and not spend a lot of time at the gates.
So what exactly can you bring? Under the new policy, fans can bring one clear bag that doesn't exceed 12 inches by 6 inches. Though there is one exception to the rule, a small clutch. That does not have to be clear. Bags will be inspected at the gate, and if you show up to an event with a bag outside of the policy, you won't be allowed to enter. And if you don't have your own bag and you're headed to a game, there are some available inside the Baylor bookstore. So remember to bring clear bags this weekend when you watch the Bears take on Abilene Christian. With Lariat TV News, I'm Noah Torr.
Even with the new clear bag policy, Baylor Nation is pumped for the return of football this Saturday at McLean Stadium.
Matt Rule has high hopes for his team this season. We've got Sports with Savvy coming up right after this.
It's not just a school to me, it's home.
Everyone's there to help you and to see you succeed.
Challenging.
Like, I'm here, I can do this.
Friends.
Friendship.
Relationships.
There's people that know you and people that are there for you around every corner.
It's the shared experience. Rigorous.
Growth.
Transformative. Tradition.
Faith.
I've loved every second of it. It's family.
It's home.
It's Baylor.
Tomorrow's the day you've been waiting for, Baylor game day. Abilene Christian comes rolling into town to take on the Bears. Earlier in the week, head coach Matt Rule spoke to the media about how his team is feeling heading into this big day.
Earn it. That's the message Baylor's head football coach Matt Rule has been preaching to his team during the offseason.
We put earn it on our backs, in the offseason, and I meant that. I meant earn it. Like, you want to be good, earn it. Don't tweet about it, don't Instagram it, earn it.
And Rule is sticking to that testament. Earlier this week, the depth chart was released for Saturday's game. There are a few surprises, but one that's caught many off guard is the quarterback position. Sophomore Charlie Brewer was the assumed frontrunner because of his performance from last season, but the depth chart doesn't specify whether Brewer or new graduate transfer Jalen McClendon from North Carolina State is a starter. Rule says he wants to give fair competition to his team and give playing time to those who deserve it.
There's guys that they've shown me what they can do last year, and maybe they've been banged up a little bit, and there's other guys that have played really well, and they've been out there every day. I'm going to give them an opportunity first.
At the end of the day, Rule just wants his guys to go out there and play with a passion.
All I care about is that we go out and play with an edge. We play like we want to play.
Baylor opened their season with a loss to Liberty University last year, but Coach Rule has different plans this time around. With Lariat TV News, I'm Noah Torr.
Coach Rule said he will name a starting quarterback for tomorrow's game later this afternoon. Cross country starts their season tonight with the Bear Twilight Invitational, and there's a new look for the team, sort of. LTVN's Noah Torr sat down with the new associate head coach, John Capron, to discuss his familiar yet different role.
You're good. This is John Capron, a serious man who loves to live life playfully. Capron served as an assistant coach for 14 seasons at Baylor and is entering his 15th year, but this time in a new role, associate head coach. Even though he now has the added responsibility as associate head coach, he still answers to head coach Todd Harbor.
I still have him keeping an eye on me, but he's done great in just letting me kind of coach. I don't stray too far from the formula around here. He's done a great job building this program, and our girls and our guys have been pretty competitive for the last couple of years. So I don't want to break anything.
Following the formula has been pretty successful for Capron, who led the guys team to a top 5 finish in the Big 12 meet last year. Capron wants to stay on par with their accomplishments, but it could be a challenge.
We lost a lot of seniors, so really one of the things I'd like to do this season is to kind of hold serve, kind of stay where we're at least, if not improve a little bit.
As a former record-holding Baylor runner, Capron says his time as an athlete helped his transition to being a coach at his alma mater.
Being that I was here as an athlete, it makes everything just more special. I'm still fighting for the same things that I was fighting for as an athlete. I'm just preparing other people instead of myself for those roles.
Cross country has their first meet next Friday, August 31st. Capron has something special in store for students, a chance to run on the team. If you think you have the ability to keep up with the best at Baylor, email Coach Capron and he'll be sure to save you a spot at the HOT soccer fields.
The Lady Bears soccer team started its season strong behind freshmen Taylor Mood and Maddie Alga. In their last game, Baylor won 1-0 against Florida Atlantic. The Lady Bears hit the road tonight and play Arkansas at 7 p.m. Sunday night. The team takes on Nebraska, the packed house night, where tickets for fans are only $1. Baylor's women's volleyball is currently ranked 12th in the nation with a soaring 4-0 start. Baylor hosted its invitational tournament last weekend and grabbed 3 straight wins. The opener is against perennial power LSU, and the team took a 4-set win. The Bears followed that big win with the win over the University of North Texas to stay unbeaten. Coach Ryan McGuire says his team's character is strong, and they all have the endurance to continue their winning streak. The Bears are on the West Coast this weekend, taking on a pair of ranked teams. They face UCLA Friday the 31st and the University of San Diego Saturday night, September 1st. And that's your sports update for this Friday.
Thanks for watching Lariat TV News today.
We'll see you next week. Have a great day.